What's up, guys? I'm Nobody Special, and I'm here at the Silver Symposium in Spokane, Washington, and I've got my man, the Economic Ninja. How you doing today, Ninja?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Hopefully they're doing great, too.
As long as I know what to do with my hands.
So I just, you had an interesting point. A couple seconds ago we were talking about it. I said, okay, let's crank out a video real fast.
Yep.
You said you think there's stimulus by, was it December?
Stimulus by Christmas.
Stimulus by Christmas.
I believe that, yes.
Walk me through that.
So the reason why I think so is because I believe that we're going to see some epic downturns in the economy, not only just the US economy, but the world's economy, especially starting, the triggering point is what's going on in Europe. I believe that is going to move into the US economy in the fall, and I believe there will be some sort of stimulus by Christmas. Now, with that being said, I don't want people starting to get, licking their chops and getting ready to go buy a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that. They need to be smart. And also, I don't want you, hey, Ninja's been wrong. I'm just a human being. But in the way that stimulus has been rolled out in the recent past, I mean, we're already seeing it in the form of, forgiveness, debt forgiveness, like a salting, a sprinkling.
Very much a stimulus, absolutely.
It is,
Yep.
and it's the let them eat cake moment. Just let the peasants eat cake. We'll give them a little bit of money right now, but it's really going to equate to not much in the grand scheme of things because of inflation.
I got to be honest. When you initially said stimulus by Christmas, I kind of dismissed it outright when I first heard it because on Friday last week, Jerome Powell was very clear. No pivot is coming. But we don't need the Fed for stimmies, do we?
No, we do not.
Fed is monetary policy.
Yeah.
But stimmies come from Congress.
True.
Fiscal policy.
But how the system really does work is it ultimately comes from the Fed because the government stimulates the population, tries to buy votes, whatever you call it, but then that money is owed back with interest to the Federal Reserve. So the Federal Reserve loves it when and I've seen it before during the Great Recession when they go before Congress and say, the government really should add some stimulus into the market. And everyone thinks, oh man, the Fed's smart, they're doing great things. No, what they're trying to do is they're going, hey, you should borrow more money from us owed back at interest.
And there's two big forces at play right now. The Fed is tightening, they're raising interest rates and they're engaged in quantitative tightening, destroying money. But at the same time, what Congress is doing with the student loan forgiveness, with the CHIPS bill, with the infrastructure bill, with the Build Back Broken, with all this stuff, right? This is all very stimulative fiscal policy. So Congress and the Fed are at odds with each other right now. And they're pulling in opposite directions with us caught in the middle.
Well, I think most of the pulling in the opposite direction is just people trying to get some airplay on the news right now. Anybody that's going against the Fed, really, all they want to do is get some airplay. So they want to take the opposite position. But ultimately, every politician knows that all they need to do is if they can, the people can vote themselves prosperity, just I believe it was what Thomas Jefferson said that, then we know it's over. Was it Thomas Jefferson?
Actually, I think it was either Karl Marx or Lenin. It was a very famous communist who said, don't worry about capitalism. As soon as they figure out they can vote themselves each other's money, that problem will take care of itself. I'm misquoting somehow.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, don't take it verbatim. But you know what? You're absolutely right. And it's interesting because you said, the Fed's not going to pivot. Well, there's one thing that's guaranteed. Jerome Powell knows he's taking down the market with this move, and he's already told you. He said there's going to be some pain. And then literally, the day as that happens, we saw, 1,000 points shave off the Dow. I don't even know what's going on today as the recording of this. Do you know what's going on in the market?
It's flat for today. It's struggling to
But it dropped,
gains.
300 points yesterday?
Several days in a row.
And that is just off of their rhetoric, off of their words, not action. But we're going to see action coming out soon. I don't know when this is going to come out, but we're going to see more tightening. Quantitative tightening, right? We know that the markets can't handle that because they've been used to monetary heroin for so long, and that comes in the form of stimulus in low interest rates, easy credit. That's what the markets need to survive now, and they're going to take it away, knowing what it's going to do.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. The Fed will never raise rates high enough to actually stop inflation right now. Inflation ran away. We're in the double digits right now. We know real inflation at your home, at your gas pump, is way over their stupid CPI number of 9 point, who cares percent. So they would have to raise that Fed funds rate to that point or higher. They won't do that. A mortgage, right now, if you raise the Fed funds rate to 10%, what would a mortgage be? Probably about 19%, 19%.
And Jerome Powell, he was, last Friday when he spoke, he evoked Paul Volcker's name twice. That was a warning shot to the economy. Paul Volcker was a madman with the interest rate hikes, and we had, 15% mortgages in the 1980s.
Totally.
Powell said, I'll do that if I have to.
It's fun.
The government will be insolvent if he does it, if he tries it. Something will break long before then, but...
My message to Jay Powell, it was really fun watching you in December go, we're going to get right on top of inflation in 5 months.
Yes.
Yeah, good job, Jay. Yeah, so I get it what you want to do. I want to throw out the darts verbally and see what the economy does. That's just called the coward's move. Paul Volcker, you want to talk about Paul Volcker, he went, we're going straight up, we're going for it now. I got to jump on top of this. And a lot of people hailed him as a hero. Now, what people don't talk about the Paul Volcker moment, it completely smashed real estate sales, translated to lower real estate valuations, and across the board, companies went out of business because they simply could not manage their debt loads at that high of a rate. Yep. So that's the one thing that gets sort of lost in translation as far as monetary history goes in the early 80s. But I can guarantee you this, watching Jay Powell in December saying, yeah, we're getting right on it in about a half a year from now, these are just words. And he's trying to use his words to get the emotion changed on Wall Street. And I don't think it's working.
Yeah, I don't think it's working either, but he was definitely more forceful than he's ever been before. And you're not going to be able to jawbone your way out of 20, 30 years of inflationary pressures that have built up in the system, and they're coming home to roost, unfortunately.
I think the only thing I'm getting ready for is Jerome Powell to resign, because that's what they tend to do right before everything goes to crap.
And you know what? As much as I knock Jerome Powell, if he resigns, the next likely successor is going to be Lael Brainerd, and we will be begging to have Jay Powell back. If we get Lael Brainerd, that's a topic for
all of a sudden
I'm
thinking
day.
Mr. Brain just running around with this big old cranium. I got a great idea. That's great. Well, hey guys, I'm seeing right now just Jerome Powell shooting dollar bills out of his thing with a Santa hat on. I'm like, if we can make that thumbnail, that would be epic.
I'm sure that can be arranged. All right, guys. Ninja, any last words for the audience?
Yeah, don't prepare for stimulus, but if it comes, I want you guys in the right financial position to use it to buy assets, real things, or use it to get out of debt. That's the only two things you should be using stimulus for if it comes. I do not want to see you running around with a Prada bag. Oh gosh.
Or a Gucci bag.
Yeah. We have money. Okay, we can spend it all we want. But I mean, seriously, a line around the street of people that never could afford that thing, and they go out and buy or a Gucci bag or whatever they are. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have a bunch of haters. I love the Prada. It's like, just let's buy some assets. Let's make some money. Let's crush it. Your house that you own cash that is renting, that cash flow should buy your bag, not a stimulus check.
All right, Ninja, your send-off is always better than mine, so.
All right, guys, on behalf of myself, the Economic Ninja, and Jack from Nobody Special Finance, Double Snap, we're out.